So you want to start earning $10,000 every month, but don't quite know which direction to choose. Most people default to the typical route they've been taught since childhood. Go to school, cram for exams, secure high grades, get into a university, then land a safe 9-to-5 job. But here's the truth no one likes to say out loud. The average annual income in the U.S. is around $63,195, according to the latest Social Security Administration report. That works out to about $5,360 a month, barely half of the monthly income you're aiming for. And that number includes people who've been working for decades. If you're in your 20s or just starting out, you'll probably make far less than even that $5,000 mark by following this traditional track. But let's imagine you get lucky. Maybe you land an extremely well-paid corporate role, or you become a high-level doctor or attorney pulling in $10,000 a month. Sounds amazing on the surface, right? Not really. Even then, your entire lifestyle hinges on trading time and freedom for a salary. That was exactly the life my parents expected me to chase. To them, it was the only path that guaranteed stability. Some of you might be facing the same pressure right now, with your family pushing you toward a safe future. But deep inside, you can feel there's got to be a quicker, smarter way to cross that $10,000 per month threshold while keeping your independence. That's where a different path comes into the picture. Relax, this isn't a hidden sales pitch. I'm not leading you towards some paid program. This route is entirely free to start, and how far you go depends on your initiative. Lots of successful people, Stephen Bartlett, Joe Fazer, Ali Abdaal, are quietly taking this new path, even though they don't spotlight it directly. And the best part, your age or current stage doesn't matter. You can reroute whenever you choose. But the longer you stay on the traditional track, the harder it becomes to make a clean jump. As life progresses, more commitments stack up. Rent, mortgages, partners, children, never-ending responsibilities. You can still switch, but believe me, the earlier you shift, the easier the transition. I left school with no qualifications and no money, so I was forced down this alternative route from day one. And honestly, that's one of the biggest reasons I became a millionaire in my 20s and continued building wealth afterward. Hopefully by now, you can see that this new approach to earning 10,000 pluses a month is at least worth understanding. So let's break down the 3 steps that make it work. The first step is simple but often overlooked: consume. You don't know everything, far from it. If you think you do, you're fooling yourself. The solution? Absorb knowledge from reliable sources. Think of it like collecting resources in a game like Minecraft. You need the right materials before you can build, grow, or conquer. The problem is, the traditional education system never really teaches you how to identify information worth consuming. It's not about flipping through textbooks or a casual Google search. You need a strategic approach. Start by figuring out exactly what you want to master. This should be a high-income skill, something that can eventually generate $10,000 or more per month. Examples include video editing, web design, coding, copywriting, graphic design, and high-ticket sales. The key is to choose one where you already show some natural aptitude. It's always easier to develop a strength than try to force a skill you have no talent for. Once you've narrowed your focus, make that your learning priority. Next, seek out credible resources. In my experience, YouTube is unbeatable for discovering experts with real-world experience. Watch their content and take careful notes, but don't get distracted by the storyteller's life details. Extract the lessons and insights that apply directly to your growth. After that, pay attention to the communities around these creators. Are the viewers engaged? Were they discussing, debating, and helping one another? If yes, join in. Platforms like Reddit and Discord are goldmines for niche communities where people share challenges, tips, and strategies. You'll get insights far beyond what the creators teach. Real-world knowledge that's invaluable later. One trap to avoid: sticking to a single content creator or relying solely on YouTube. Diversity matters. Different perspectives accelerate your understanding. Books are also irreplaceable. They condense years, even decades of experience into a digestible form. Personally, I rely heavily on short-form summaries because I'm dyslexic, and plowing through a whole book can be painfully slow. Short-form lets me extract key insights from multiple books in the time it takes to read one. They've been game-changing for me, allowing deep learning without slowing momentum. I'll include a link in the description so you can try it free and even grab 20% off.
Remember, consuming knowledge isn't passive. You're building the foundation for your high-income skill. The better your understanding at this stage, the smoother the next steps will be. Consuming knowledge is only half the battle. To make real money and eventually reach 10K per month, you must apply what you learn. This stage is crucial. You need to test your skills in the real world. The process is simple. Consume, then apply, consume again, and apply again. Keep cycling through until you reach the level of mastery you desire. For example, say you've chosen coding as your high-income skill. Your next step is to build a small, simple app. At first, it will feel intimidating and you might struggle. That's completely normal. Progress comes from giving yourself permission to fail. Look at the greats. Mark Zuckerberg didn't launch Facebook as his first project. J.K. Rowling faced multiple rejections before Harry Potter became a hit. Beyoncé created countless songs before releasing a chart topper. As Zuckerberg once said, the greatest successes come from having the freedom to fail. Once you start feeling confident, it's time to monetize your skill. Begin with smaller clients, even if the pay isn't huge. For instance, if you're doing video editing, start with a few clients paying modest fees. As your skills improve, you can raise your rates. Hitting 10K per month isn't complicated. 5 clients paying $2,000 each, or 10 clients paying $1,000 each already gets you there. The better you get, the easier it is to charge more and the faster your income scales. But here's the catch. This stage follows the principle of diminishing returns. The early hours you invest in learning your skill will have a greater impact on your income than the hours you invest later. It's like newbie gains in the gym. The first few months produce the fastest results. Continue the consume-apply cycle until your earning potential plateaus. That's when you've essentially reached expert level. Throughout this phase, document every challenge and problem you overcome. These experiences are invaluable. They'll form the foundation for stories you can leverage later. Interestingly, the money isn't the most important gain here. It's the experience itself. Once you've reached mastery, be cautious not to get trapped trading time for money. This is the moment many people plateau. Your goal isn't just 10K per month, you want freedom. To achieve that, there are 2 critical moves. First, scale your high-income skill into a business. If your income depends entirely on you being present, then what you really have is a high-paying job, not a scalable business. Scaling requires building systems. Take someone I know who edited YouTube shorts for clients. At first, he worked non-stop. Frustrated with lack of freedom, he documented every step of his workflow. Clip selection, fonts, posting times, everything. He didn't realize it at the time, but he was creating a system. He then delegated smaller roles, timestamping, editing text, posting to others. This freed him to focus on quality and take on more clients without burning out. This system-building approach works for any high-income skill and sets the stage for the next step, teaching others. Once you've mastered and scaled your high-income skill, the next step is to educate others. Many of today's young millionaires achieved massive success by teaching what they know. People like Iman Gadzhi, Ali Abdaal, and Graham Stephan are prime examples. Education is one of the most scalable ways to turn a skill into predictable income. Think about it. Creating a course priced at $100 and selling it 100 times in a month hits your 10K goal. And you only need to make the course once. After that, it sells repeatedly, giving you freedom and time back. Courses aren't the only option, though. You could run a membership site, subscription podcast, private community, coaching program, or a combination. These models are affordable to start, easy to scale, and they generate recurring revenue. The holy grail for business. Predictable monthly income allows you to hire, expand, and experiment without cash flow stress. I know countless people making millions using this model, all from a laptop. Platforms like Kajabi make this process simple. They handle the business side, analytics, payments, email marketing, and website templates, so you can focus on creating content. The key is to use a platform that doesn't take a cut of your revenue. That's why I recommend Kajabi. You keep 100% of what you earn. With 10,000 loyal fans buying a $100 product, you've just built $1 million business. Kajabi even offers a free 30-day trial through kajabi.com. Mark, if you want to start your education brand today.
You might wonder, will giving away my knowledge hurt my income? The truth is, most people don't act on what they learn. That's the separation between those who succeed and those who stagnate. If you don't teach, someone else will. And why would people follow you over someone older or more experienced? Relatability. You've recently been in their shoes and understand their challenges for better than a professor lecturing from a textbook. That's one reason my own channel has grown rapidly. I live the journey myself. Your stories and experiences will make you stand out in a crowded space. Don't worry about negativity online. Facing criticism is part of building an audience. Ask yourself, what's scarier, having the same life 10 years from now, stuck in a routine with stagnant income, or dealing with a few negative comments? Critics are proof you're pushing the right boundaries. Vanilla content gets ignored. Your authenticity draws attention. When it comes to sharing your experiences, most people advise starting with your personal story. But the issue is, no one knows you yet. Viral hits happen by chance, but they rarely build loyal followers. Instead, create content that directly addresses your audience's problems and provides actionable solutions. Videos, blog posts, tweets, whatever works should all focus on real, relatable struggles you've experienced. Lead with emotional impact, making viewers stop and think. This is exactly how I feel. One method I use is the impact principle. I equals inspire. Motivate your audience by showing them change is possible. M equals message. Communicate one clear, memorable idea. P equals practical. Provide actionable steps, not vague mindset fluff. A equals authentic. Share your real experiences from the apply stage. C equals connection. Build a strong relationship with your audience. Engage, reply, and foster conversations. T equals timing. Release content when it's relevant, jump on trends, follow news cycles, and ride cultural waves for maximum effect. You don't need to appear on camera to start. Stephen Bartlett struggled with vlogging for years before launching Diary of a CEO, where he brings experts to share insights instead. There's no single path. Trial and error will show you what works best. So, now, it's your choice. Continue on the traditional route, or take this new path and start building $10,000 plus months with freedom attached. If you want to learn the 7 mistakes to avoid when aiming for wealth, I'll link that video above, but don't click yet. Subscribe if you're serious about growing your wealth. I'll see you over